Two perspectives on abstaining from sex, exploring Stoic philosophy. Welcome to a thought-provoking discussion on a topic that often carries social taboos and misconceptions. Today we will examine the philosophical reasons, specifically from the perspective of Stoicism, for choosing not to engage in sexual activities. This exploration aims to challenge your beliefs, provoke introspection, and potentially lead you on a less conventional but more fulfilling path. Take a moment to prepare yourself mentally, as we embark on a conversation that delves into the profound impact our deepest passions and desires can have on our inner peace. This video is not intended as a guide to enhance your sexual experiences. Instead, it encourages contemplation and reflection. So are you ready to embrace this intellectual challenge? Let us proceed together and discover the philosophical insights that Stoicism offers on the subject of abstaining from sex. The power of self-control, a Stoic perspective. Let us embark on a journey into the realm of self-control, a fundamental aspect of Stoic philosophy that holds relevance in our daily lives. In a world that often encourages us to yield to our impulses and momentary pleasures, Stoicism offers a different perspective. It acknowledges that while sex can be an intimate and pleasurable experience, it also possesses the potential to disrupt our rationality and self-control. Stoics emphasize that we are not mere creatures driven solely by our desires. Rather, we possess the unique ability to reason, choose, and exert control over our actions. True power, according to Stoicism, lies not in the pursuit of endless pleasure but in our capacity to exercise self-control. Imagine having the strength to align your decisions with your values and life goals. Such self-mastery is a remarkable form of power. Abstaining from sex within the context of Stoicism can serve as a practical exercise in self-discipline. It allows us to gain insights into our drives, desires, and ultimately, our own identities. By mastering the impulse for immediate gratification, we also cultivate the ability to master other distractions and impulses that hinder our progress toward our greatest aspirations. Intentionality is key. Whether you choose to engage in sex or not, approaching any activity with full awareness of your motivations and the long-term consequences can be transformative. When you exercise self-control, you take charge of your life. You transcend being a passenger passively driven by desires and circumstances, and instead become the driver steering your own destiny. So when faced with situations where self-control and self-discipline are tested, remember that you possess the strength to choose. That choice can be the initial step toward living a more stoic, meaningful, and ultimately fulfilling life. Embrace the power of self-control and embark on a path that aligns with your values, leading to a life rich in purpose and reward. Detachment from ephemeral pleasures, embracing Stoic wisdom. Prepare to delve even deeper into the profound teachings of Stoic philosophy. Our next exploration takes us into the realm of detachment from ephemeral pleasures. In a world that constantly entices us to pursue pleasure relentlessly and avoid pain at all costs, Stoicism offers a different perspective worth considering. Have you ever paused to reflect on the fleeting nature of many pleasures? Often they provide only momentary satisfaction, dissipating as quickly as they arrive, leaving us longing for more. The Stoics teach us a contrasting viewpoint. True peace and happiness stem from detachment, from not allowing our emotional well-being to depend on things beyond our control. Yes, this includes sexual pleasure. Detachment from ephemeral pleasures does not imply that one cannot enjoy the good things life has to offer. Rather, it means refraining from becoming enslaved by those pleasures. We refuse to let them dictate our actions or consume our thoughts. Imagine the freedom that comes from releasing the constant need for external gratification. Picture the mental energy you would gain, the clarity of focus you would experience, and the alignment between your actions and your authentic goals and values. Detachment has the power to transform your life in unimaginable ways. Practicing detachment does not render you devoid of emotions or desires. Instead, it deepens your understanding of what truly matters. You become the master of yourself, empowered by self-mastery. Within this self-mastery lies a lasting and profound satisfaction, far surpassing the fleeting pleasure that ephemeral indulgences can provide. Are you ready to embark on the path of practicing detachment and liberate yourself from the chains of transient pleasures? I believe in your capability to do so. The strength resides within you. The first step is to acknowledge that you possess the power to choose. So choose wisely. Choose to be in control and embrace the transformative potential that detachment offers. The significance of long-term goals, a Stoic perspective. As we continue our exploration of Stoic philosophy, we encounter another profound truth: the importance of focusing on long-term goals. Consider the great Stoic philosophers such as Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. They were not driven by immediate gratification. Instead, they dedicated themselves to cultivating virtues like wisdom, justice, and courage. These are goals that require a lifetime of commitment. They embody the essence of long-term objectives. When we become entangled in the pursuit of instant pleasures, we lose sight of what truly matters. However, when we shift our focus to long-term goals, everything changes. Suddenly, we are no longer trapped in an endless cycle of wanting, obtaining momentary satisfaction, and then craving more. Instead, we find ourselves on a path with a clear sense of direction, a path that leads us toward becoming the best version of ourselves. Focusing on long-term goals does not mean disregarding everything else in the present. Rather, it signifies a shift in perspective. You cease to be driven solely by immediate desires and start making decisions based on what will be most beneficial for your future self. This change in approach has a profound impact not only on the outcomes you achieve, but also on the person you become in the process. This approach liberates you from the emotional roller coaster that accompanies the pursuit of instant pleasures. Instead, you discover a deeper sense of peace and contentment because you know you are working towards something that truly matters. It is time to assess your goals. Are they aligned with a long-term vision for your life? If not, perhaps it is time to make some adjustments. Remember, long-term goals are like beacons in the distance. You may not know precisely how you will reach them, but as long as you keep your gaze fixed upon them, you will always have a direction in which to move. So embrace the wisdom of Stoicism and prioritize your long-term goals. By doing so, you will find a sense of purpose and fulfillment that transcends the fleeting pleasures of the present moment. The power of strengthening emotional relationships, a Stoic perspective. As we delve deeper into Stoic philosophy, we encounter a truth that is often underestimated: the importance of strengthening our emotional relationships. Stoic teachings remind us that human connections are essential for a fulfilling life. Figures like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus emphasize the significance of social duty and empathy. We are not meant to exist as isolated islands. Rather, our relationships provide a mirror in which we can see both our best and worst qualities reflected. You may wonder how this relates to abstaining from sexual relations within a Stoic approach. By nurturing our emotional relationships, we prevent fleeting sexual desires from distorting our judgment and compromising the genuine quality of our interactions. While sex can be enjoyable, if it becomes the sole focus, we risk overlooking the subtleties and deeper beauties of human connection. Instead, we should prioritize building relationships that carry genuine meaning. Learning to listen, share, be vulnerable, and give without expecting anything in return creates a safe space for emotional growth, for both ourselves and those around us. This process strengthens our character and fosters emotional resilience. Isn't it liberating to move away from the cycle of instant gratification and constant disappointment? By nurturing deeper, more meaningful, and lasting connections, we elevate ourselves to a higher level of fulfillment. So if you're ready to elevate your life to the next level, consider investing in your emotional relationships. Learn to love more deeply, forgive more readily, and appreciate more fully. Within this investment lies the secret to a rich and fulfilling life abundant with profound emotional experiences. Embrace the wisdom of Stoicism and embark on a journey of fostering meaningful connections that will enrich your existence. Preventing unintended consequences, a Stoic approach. As we delve into a more pragmatic yet equally crucial topic, it's essential to address the significance of preventing unintended consequences. In the context of living a virtuous life, Stoic philosophers have always emphasized the importance of prudence. a virtue that involves not only thinking before acting, but also considering the future implications of our actions. When it comes to sexual activity, prudence encompasses everything from preventing sexually transmitted diseases to avoiding complicated relationships and, in some cases, unwanted pregnancies. While sex can be a beautiful expression of love and an integral aspect of human intimacy, it also possesses the potential to lead to serious complications when not approached with due care and consideration. By adopting a stoic and reflective approach, you can evaluate whether the sexual decisions you contemplate align with your deepest principles and long-term well-being. Ask yourself, will this action bring me closer to the person I aspire to be? Will it contribute positively to my life? Am I prepared for the potential consequences? These questions serve as practical tools that enable you to live a more deliberate and conscious life. Preventing unwanted consequences not only safeguards you and your partner, but it also enhances your individual awareness, responsibility, and alignment with the Stoic philosophy of living a virtuous and meaningful life. By integrating prudence into your decision-making process, you can navigate sexual choices with greater thoughtfulness and consideration for the potential long-term impact, ultimately contributing to your personal growth and well-being. Maintaining mental clarity, a Stoic perspective. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded by distractions and stimuli that seek to divert our attention. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of ataraxia, a state of tranquility and mental clarity free from emotional disturbances. It is within this state that we find our best selves, capable of making rational decisions aligned with our fundamental values. When our sexual urges cloud our mental clarity, we risk making hasty decisions that not only affect our emotional well-being, but can also lead us down paths that do not align with our long-term goals. Mental clarity is akin to a calm lake. Disturbing it with impulsive decisions in the sexual sphere can create ripples, leading to confusion, guilt, or regret. The key is not to avoid sex or any other pleasure in life, but to approach it with a clear and conscious mindset. Asking yourself whether an intimate connection or sexual act will improve your life and that of your partner, and lead to long-term happiness, can guide you toward more deliberate and thoughtful choices. Preserving mental clarity is a powerful tool in the pursuit of a full and meaningful life. It is an act of self-love and respect for our most authentic essence. By prioritizing mental clarity, we empower ourselves to make decisions that align with our values and contribute to our long-term well-being. Avoiding emotional dependency, a Stoic perspective. Now let's explore a concept central to living according to Stoic principles: avoiding emotional dependency. In our fast-paced society, where we are often encouraged to constantly be active, it's no surprise that many of us experience burnout. It's important to consider where we invest our life energy, whether it contributes to our long-term well-being or is simply dissipated in momentary pleasures. Stoics advocate for effectively channeling our energy toward actions and goals that truly matter. It's crucial to reflect on whether we are using our energy for activities that foster personal growth, strengthen relationships, and contribute to our peace of mind, or if we are squandering it on instant gratification that leaves us empty and exhausted. Each sexual act can be a wonderful and connective experience, but it can also drain our energy if it does not align with our deepest values and goals. Sometimes conserving that energy for higher goals, such as a life project that demands our full attention or a relationship that requires nurturing, may be more beneficial than yielding to fleeting impulses. Avoiding emotional dependency is not a call to abstinence, but an invitation to be mindful of how and with whom we share our vital energy. Recognize that energy is finite, and once spent, it takes time and effort to recover. Therefore, it's essential to be intentional about where we invest our energy and avoid becoming emotionally dependent on fleeting experiences. Ultimately, you have the power to decide how to invest your energy wisely in building a life that resonates with your most authentic self. By conserving your energy for what truly matters, you can stay on the path toward a life full of meaning and purpose. Emotional dependence, embracing autarky. Stoic philosophy underscores the importance of autarky, which entails being emotionally and mentally self-sufficient. In the pursuit of a fulfilling life, It is crucial to avoid becoming slaves to our emotions, especially those generated by others. Sex can become a double-edged sword when it serves as a mechanism for seeking validation, love, or attention, leading to emotional dependence. Cultivating your own inner strength is essential. Knowing that you are enough on your own and have the power to create happiness and meaning from within is paramount. By doing so, any relationship you engage in becomes an addition to your already rich life, rather than a prerequisite for feeling complete. Fostering a strong relationship with yourself before seeking it in others is key. It involves taking inventory of your qualities, valuing your merits, and working on your flaws not to please others but to grow and evolve as a human being. Avoiding emotional dependence does not mean avoiding human connections. Rather, it involves having the wisdom to discern where to invest emotional energy and the strength to not let inner peace be dictated by the actions or feelings of others. Improving self-esteem, a Stoic approach. Self-esteem is not solely about feeling good about oneself on good days. It is the resilient image one has of their core identity. Stoic philosophy reminds us that ephemeral pleasures such as sex are not viable solutions for improving self-esteem. While they may offer temporary gratification, they do not contribute to enduring self-worth. Improving self-esteem from a Stoic perspective begins with self-awareness, deeply knowing oneself, understanding strengths and weaknesses, and developing internal metrics for success and satisfaction instead of seeking external validation. Practicing virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline contributes to self-respect and garners respect from others. Improving self-esteem is a continuous journey of self-discovery, reflection, and growth. Embracing Stoic philosophy reveals that ephemeral pleasures are not essential for validating one's existence or feeling good about oneself. Instead, the focus shifts to building a solid and virtuous character through daily actions and choices. So when tempted to seek ephemeral pleasures to feel better about oneself, it's essential to pause, breathe, and remember that true value comes from the virtuous character cultivated daily. Absolutely. Respecting your own values and principles is fundamental not only for the topic at hand but for life in general. Stoic philosophy emphasizes living in accordance with nature, which involves adhering to a solid set of values and principles. This treasure is not found in fleeting pleasures but is built day by day, decision after decision. In situations where you feel pressured to compromise your personal values regarding sex, it's important to pause, reflect, and act according to your principles, not the expectations of others. Living according to your values and principles provides you with a kind of armor, a filter that helps you interact with the world in a more meaningful and authentic way. Allow your decisions, including those related to sex, to be clear reflections of who you are and what you value most. This approach not only improves your overall well-being, but also enriches and deepens any relationships you have. When at a crossroads, remember to pause and consider which decision most closely aligns with your values. By doing so, you not only respect yourself but also invite respect from others, setting a standard of integrity and authenticity. Thank you for embarking on this journey to understand how Stoic wisdom can enrich our understanding of sex and relationships. Each point we have discussed is a step toward a fuller, more conscious and authentic life. It has been an incredible and enlightening journey together today.